All right, guys, welcome back to our Level 6 Math. I'm Mr. C with our Saxon Math lesson number 63 today. We're going to subtract mixed numbers with regrouping part 2. This is a part 2, so it's a review lesson. We've done this before, we just haven't done it in this particular way before. So today we're just going to look at renaming fractions like we did in our last lesson. And then we're going to subtract them. In our last lesson, we renamed them and then we multiplied them. Today we're going to subtract. So it's actually a little easier today. We have been doing this, subtracting mixed numbers and regrouping since lesson 48. We just haven't done that with numbers that have different denominators, okay? So that's the big change for today. So here, if we subtract 1 1/2 from 3 2/3, so 3 2/3, subtract 1 1/2, all we're going to do is rewrite the fractions with common denominators. So we'll keep the whole numbers the same, 3 and 1. We'll take 2/3 and 1/2. Those don't have a common denominator, so we have to think, what do they both go into? Well, we know if we multiply them, we can have a number they both go into. So 3 times 2 is 6. So here we'd have to do 3 times 2 equals 6, and then, of course, 2 times 2 equals 4. So we're just multiplying it by a single number, right, by itself, times 1. But we're doing it as we're rewriting that one as 2 halves, so we can get the right denominator. Down here, we have to do it by 3/3 because 2 times 3 equals 6. So we're multiplying it again by 1, and then we get 3/6. Then it's simply subtracting. 4/6 minus 3/6. 3 comes from 4, and we get 1/6 left. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 and a 6 is pretty easy. We've done this before. So when subtracting, we might need to regroup. We rewrite the fractions with the common denominators before regrouping. That's what we just did. All right, so let's try this with an example problem. 5 1/2 and 1 2/3. We can already see, looking at this, what's going to be our common denominator. This one's also going to be 6 because 2 times 3 goes into 6. So let's just rewrite that. We'll set it up. 5 1/2 times 3/3 is going to be 5 3/6. And then 1 2/3 times 2 halves is going to be 6 4/6. 1 4/6. So we'll just rewrite that. Now you'll notice they crossed this out, and that's because they started to do their subtraction. If we start with 3/6 and we subtract 4/6, we can't do that. This number has to be higher on top. So what they'll do is they'll pull, just like we did before when we were adding and subtracting. We can change that 5 to a 4 and 6/6. So we're just going to add 6/6 to the existing 3/6. That would change it to 9/6. So we just cross that out and change it to a 4, and then we change 3/6 to 9/6. It's the same thing. 4 and 9/6 is the same thing as 5 and 3/6, but now we just have a higher number here so we can subtract. So then we take 9 minus 4 is 5/6, 4 minus 1 is 3, so we get 3 and 5/6. That's it. Now, I think that's our only example problem today. Why do we use addition to check the answer? It's just because they're inverse operations. Addition and subtraction, you just do the inverse operation, and you can check your answer. So this one's an easy one. If you want to check it, you can just subtract 1 4/6 from 3 and 5/6 and see if that equals, or add, I mean. So we subtracted here, we have to add here. So if we just add that back, 5 plus 4 equals 9, 3 plus 1 equals 4, it checks out. That's it for today. If you need to watch this video a couple times just to practice it, you can do that. You can work through this practice set on your own. Or you can just do your homework, and you're going to get practice doing it. This isn't new, so hopefully it's just doing it a few times is going to help you in the long run. All right, good luck.